This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
I shudder thinking how the world can be so cruel. I lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we try, it's time we care, it's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
Welcome back to the Special Chronicles Podcast. I'm Daniel Smikowski, host and founder of Special Chronicles. This week, we're kicking off our 2026 giving campaign, our biggest goal yet, $41,600. Producing our weekly episodes costs about $800 each, and your support helps us keep creating inclusive stories that reach thousands of listeners. Please consider giving today at specialchronicles.com/give. And don't forget to follow the podcast and leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts out. And joining us back on the Special Chronicles podcast is a familiar face to longtime listeners. If you're listening to the audio podcast, he's smiling next to me, so you can go check out the video and see us in our living room studio. Please put your virtual hands together as we welcome Adam back on the Special Chronicles podcast. Welcome back.
Thank you, Daniel. It's nice to be able to put this campaign, the 26 campaign, together. It's so important to us, as you well know.
Yeah.
I think when we started Special Chronicles, it was a tiny little operation with not a lot of equipment and just a basic. We recorded stuff and where we talk about stories of people with disabilities. And well,
it started with 17 years ago with my story.
17 years ago. Well, anyway, today going into 2026, we're still here and producing a lot more shows now. And that's exciting. Don't you think so, Daniel?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But we also realize what we've learned throughout the years, that in order to produce all these shows, it takes a lot of effort, takes equipment, takes marketing, takes just a whole lot of things that we've learned. And each year we get better at it. I mean, when you look at our studio operations, the equipment that we have right here is a lot more sophisticated than it was 17 years ago.
Speaking of that, 17 years ago, it was just one microphone, a very small mixer, and audio recorder. Like it was, It was a lot smaller 17 years ago.
Well, it was, and just the background stuff. I remember we would store it on our computer, all the data for the shows. And then as we grew that, expanded, how many shows have we done in the last 17 years, Daniel?
Which show? The Special Chronicles show or the George and Daniel?
Special Chronicles.
Well, this is what, up 809 to over 800?
Yeah, so there's a lot than some of those. We've probably done over 1,000 of different things.
There's over 100 of the George and Daniel show, but so over 800 of the Special Chronicles show. So what, over 900
over
podcasts that we have produced?
Plus some other things we've done. We're probably close to 1,000. Well, in either case, to store the data on all of that, it takes just a lot of space, because it's not just the hour that we talk on a show. The show has endless amount of files, whether it's video or audio. There's just a lot of stuff. And we found out a few years ago that we had so much data that the regular computer can't store it and find things in any decent speed. It would crash all the time. We had too much data, basically. So we had found a company that can do that, and now they have thousands of files on them, and all our computers and our technology work seamlessly because they're behind the scenes.
The website hosting you're talking about?
The website hosting. If something goes wrong, we call them up and they fix it. So that's that.
It's like when something on the website goes down and we reach out to them. It's amazing how sometimes it might not be that quick, but it's pretty quick. Of how they're able to.
And I remember when we first were trying to get our current data to work better, and I believe, they said something to the effect, "Well, you have too much data. We can't do anything better." So we found a hosting company that we currently have been using for years, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
But that's how we grow. The more we do, the more we grow. So we offer better things to our listeners.
And to that, that's how we're able to accomplish our mission.
Yeah, very much so. And every year we grow more. So that means our technology has to keep up with that.
Yeah. So speaking to that, that's how we're able to accomplish our mission, which, I mean, which we probably should repeat again for our listeners.
Yeah.
Our mission.
Or our mission.
Yeah. It's not on the show notes. I think we should know.
Our mission, as it's always been from day one, is to give voice
and respect
to special people with special needs. Voice and respect to people with special needs.
And by doing that mission, we use different forms of media, such as this podcast and
absolutely,
and speaking engagements and
well, the growth of all of that is exciting. And this coming year in 2026, we're already planning that, and there's just more of the same.
Yeah.
And we have some wonderful guests that we're gonna be interviewing, and there's some on location stuff we're gonna do, and there's just a lot of things that are make our Special Chronicles even better.
Yeah.
But that also makes it that you'd be surprised, like on this table over here. Daniel has his mixers, his computer. We have stands that have to hold all this together. His phone, his iPad. On my desk, I have two computers because, one will go offline for whatever reason. So I go to the other one and then go back and forth. And the point of that is the more we grow technology, and everything else that we do has to grow with it. And that's exciting. But that's also part of the cost that we have is all that's included in it.
Yeah. So in the past, we've had a little bit less of a goal that we've been trying to raise, but this year our goal is 41,600, and let's maybe share a little bit with the listeners, kind of like why our goal is so high and why we.
Well, it isn't
why we need this.
Daniel, it really isn't that high. If you look at any corporation and company out there, small or big, if they're growing, if they want to grow, it's going to cost them more money to do that. It's just basic way of business life. Yeah. So our current calculations are to be able to do the shows that we want in the fashion that we want, with all the equipment that we either have or need to get. We figure it's about $800 per weekly episode. So that if you, and we do 52 weeks a year on just our basics Special Chronicles, right?
Yeah. I mean,
that adds up to over 41,000.
Not including like sometimes those extra shows. Sometimes we might go to a conference and do some live coverage.
Anyway, those numbers are based on what we've done in the past, what it's cost us, and incorporating the growth that we have planned for this year.
Yeah, and so a lot of that goes into the studio operations, goes into all the hosting costs, both the audio podcast. For those of you just listen to us on audio, it costs those costs for that hosting, for the video, with the service that we use, StreamYard. Those
yeah. For example,
the
this week I was working on my computer, putting some of this stuff together, and the computer crashed. Boom, just stopped.
Yeah,
and so I tried to fix it, and I had to pull out my backup computer. Then you transfer some data to make sure that you can work on it, and but technology, we use it so much every day that it needs to be maintained, and every so often it needs to be changed out. So that's all included in that. And does that make sense, Daniel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
so when I talk about what's important in all this for us to keep doing this is we need everybody's support.
Yeah, and why we need their support really matters, I think, too.
Well, it does, because all the stuff that we talked about, if any of it isn't there or crashes, all that, we can't produce a show. And people rely on us, and we've been very fortunate. Last year this year, 2025.
Yeah, this year.
We haven't skipped a show. We've produced one every week.
Yeah.
Plus many other things, but
yeah,
the show. So somehow we make sure that all this stuff behind the scenes is working, and that's where we need your support.
Yeah, and to that point, this last a couple months of the year going into the new year, this is the only fund drive that we have. We don't ask you, like, throughout the year, we don't ask you listeners for support. This is the only time of the year we do, because I think we want throughout most of the year to really focus on our mission, and
you're right, Daniel. We our main focus is on the mission to help people with special needs to be able to contribute something that's better to their lives. So I wish we didn't have to ask for money at all, but we do, because all this stuff costs money.
Yes.
And we don't have fundraisers throughout the year or any special campaigns. We have one big one a year. And people have been very generous in supporting us throughout the years.
And even just it's the end of November, and within the first week that we have launched this 2026 Giving campaign,
like we do every year around this time.
Yeah. But within this past week, we've already received a few donations to begin with.
Yeah, we started for the first week. We have a fair amount of donations already, which we anticipated, and they came in. So we thank everybody for that. But the other thing that Daniel mentioned is that we don't do other campaigns. This is our main one. We have a lot of loyal fans that feel that want to help us in our mission. But the money we raise on that is what we use, and what we need beyond that just comes out of our personal pockets. We don't have any other campaigns.
Yeah,
which is the way we want it. We don't want this to be a big business. It's primarily Daniel and myself and
content producer Darian.
And our producer. So it's really three of us. And we don't necessarily want to grow to be that much bigger, because we want to focus on helping people with special needs. And so we don't want to be, at this point, a big company or even grow too fast. We could if we wanted to, but that would create a different model, and that's not what we want to do at this point. We help so many people every year, Daniel. Do you realize that?
Yeah, I do.
And it's kind of, we don't want to get away from that. So your support makes a big difference to allowing us to do that. And you'd be surprised. We go on to locations, and people know us now because we've been around for so long. We went to.
You want to share an example?
Yeah, to there and there where we pull up. We're going to record on location there.
To where?
To the Arc of Illinois.
Oh.
And so we pull up in, it was in Normal, Illinois, and
yeah,
we pull up our car with, and I got a wagon, a Volvo wagon, and it almost fills up the whole wagon with all the equipment we have to carry. So anyway, we pull up to the front to unload, and one of the moms that was attending the conference with her daughter came up to us. He says, "Yeah, aren't you what you call you, Dan the Man or
Special Chronicles?"
No, she had a name for Daniel on one of the shows that he did, and so people get to know Daniel. They already know him because his messages to the disability community are very powerful. They've been around for a long time. And so people that Daniel's never met, just his name all of a sudden stands out. Well, that's how we want to keep it. We want this big corporation of a lot of people, a very big structure. We want to help more people and keep helping the same people again and again, because somebody with a special need, their life is challenging, and anytime somebody can help them, they feel good, and we feel good about that. So we want to keep doing that, right, Daniel?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Go ahead. Some of your other thoughts on that?
Of why support matters?
Well, I think everybody understands why they matter.
Oh.
Maybe tell them about some of the things, more specific things that you need
that we do
to be able to accomplish the goals that we have.
Well, to kind of speak to that of what our gift when you support us, it's supporting the weekly episodes of the Special Chronicles podcast that you just talked about. We try to put out an episode every week. There's also the Georgia and Daniel Show, which is another podcast. There's our Unified at Work series, which focuses on inclusive employment and inclusive jobs. We've got a new inclusive travel series that we hopefully will be developing some more episodes on that. We've got a ComEd Energy Force series. Trying to think of I mentioned that the Unified at Work series. Yeah. The Special Olympics World Games. When we did a series on that earlier this year, but there's also the upcoming USA Games. I don't know if we can talk a lot about that.
We don't have the details on that, but yeah, we're planning that. There's a lot of things we're actually planning.
Well, and so speaking of, as we look into 2026, because we just last week we had not you, but we had a content production meeting. It was like 2.5 hours, but one of the things that we would like to develop is a 10-part series covering the Special Olympics USA Games that covers from before the games, during the games, and then after the games, that really tell the full story of everything that happens before, during, and after the national games. And then so hopefully we can produce that series. What was I'm just trying to remember back to the content production.
Let me ask a little more about, so our audience can better understand what happens behind the scenes. Let's say, a lot of the series that Daniel's talked about we've developed those relationships over the years, and we already got a plan for the next year of how many we're going to do and what they're going to talk about. But let's say but we also meet new people through wherever. We're at a conference, somebody says, well, I'd like to, have you interview me. And so we do. If it's a person that's worthwhile, we do. So when that happens, it's not just we get on the phone and record for an hour and we're done. There's a lot behind the scenes that has to happen before we even record.
Yeah.
Well, and why don't you share a little bit about what you do behind the scenes? Once we know we were going to interview somebody and do a show with them, what do you have to do to prepare before the show starts?
We usually try to talk to them ahead of time and kind of heal a little bit about the story, heal what they would want to talk about on the program. And then from there, I'll develop show notes similar to kind of what we have in front of us, which is basically just like a bullet of questions and topics that we'll talk about that really covers the full story.
So my point is there's a lot of things for that 1 hour show. Daniel sometimes spends many hours because he talks with the individual he's going to interview, and they may go back and forth, tries to get to know them, and they get to know Daniel. So by the time he gets on the show, it's very natural. It's like talking to a friend. Sometimes many hours or days to try to coordinate that, to prepare for that, right?
Yeah.
You go back and forth on the phone trying to catch each other to talk, and sometimes you talk more than the show itself. But that's the way you get to know the individual.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so all of that behind the scenes of a show, there's a lot of things that go on. So again, that's all part of doing a show, and your support and to be able to do that is what we're asking for, your help.
Yeah, and that's how we're able to produce the shows. So we've well, okay, maybe not I've been podcasting for 17 years, as we said, over 800 episodes.
Well, Daniel's the upfront person, and excuse me. A lot of the stuff we talk about is behind the scene, and that's where I get involved, and whoever else we need to help us do that. So you can see Daniel's face for an hour on a show, and
I mean, if it's just
hopefully
audio,
have a really good story.
If it's just audio, then just hearing us.
We want.
If it's just audio, then people are just hearing.
Well, it could be audio. Then it could be audio, video.
No, I mean, if people are just listening to the audio podcast, then they don't want you to see my face.
Well, that's true, but we still, in actually doing the show, we record. Like now, we're doing the audio. We also have a video.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, there are some of you out there that are listening that are just listening to the audio podcast, and you only hear my voice. Yeah.
Well, again, there's so many different ways that we communicate our show to the audience. And I think it's broadcast through a lot of media. What media do we use, Daniel?
Well, specialchronicles.com is
but more. We
the
have
main point that
what
people,
other places can they
find where people can listen?
Yeah.
Specialchronicles.com is the main place, but Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, and we're always looking at, because social media nowadays changes pretty fast. It's growing. Some get dropped, and other platforms are developing. Well, whatever is out there, we're going to make sure we're on it. So you, as an audience, if you choose to listen on a specific platform, it'll be available to you, right, Daniel?
Yeah, but I think, specialchronicles.com is probably the easiest place to
Well, that's the
listen.
place to start, but you're
Is
not limited
probably
just by that.
Yeah. But of course, we want people to stay on our platform.
Well,
listen.
that's kind of where what we're trying to say. This is where we are today in 2025, and continue on that same success story in 2026 with growing. And
let's talk about some of our plans for 2026.
Yeah, some of them we can. We have a lot of guests. We're always trying to find the right individuals, so
yeah,
we could talk about something that has value.
But what's some of the, whether it's a series or guests that will trying to that we hope to produce in 2026?
Well, I think one of the things we done last year, which worked out very good, is as we go through life and we meet people and not only people with disabilities, but also corporate executives, corporate staff that somehow within their companies try to help people with disabilities. And so we try to get right to them, and Daniel's not bashful. He'll go right up to a CEO of a company and says, "Hey, you guys are doing really good on your message of trying to help people with disabilities. Can you come on our show and tell me about it?" Right, Daniel? You have a lot of good people from companies that come on your show simply because Daniel asked.
You want to give our listeners an example from this past year?
Well, why don't you? Which were some of the ones that you like the most?
Well,
we like them all, but some key ones.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to pick a favorite episode from this past year. But
just interview with United.
David Kingsman, the Chief Customer Officer and Executive Vice President of Airport Operations. Yeah, that one we recorded on location at United's headquarters.
Yeah, and what was the main topic of that show?
National Disability Employment Awareness Month and the service ambassadors, and we talked about accessibility and inclusion at United Airlines.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Is we find people to come on our shows that not only have disabilities, but people in the community that get involved in helping people with disabilities. So whether it's in their company or whatever mission they might have. Some very interesting stories, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we look to 2026,
2026, we're going to continue doing that. And I'm not sure if we can tell you every person that's already signed up for the year, but we're going to have 52 shows. And
we might have to take a little bit of a break here and there. Well, just because it's sometimes, but we're going to try as much as we can to pre-record as much as I can, so we can continue to not just put content out there, but it's these stories and these podcast episodes. It's the stories that matter, and that like each story has a powerful
call for action
message. A powerful message. But what's some of, and I know that there's some projects that we're working on that we can't really
a lot of
talk reveal just yet. But what's some programming that you hope that we can
we have a lot of hopes
in 2026
to a lot of people. Usually we don't like to until we know we have a commitment of somebody and a time slotted for it. What we don't want to do is say we're going to talk to this person and then somehow, because of timing and that it doesn't happen.
But I mean that aside, what's some programming that
well, no, you told me that you're the one that's
hope...
booking a lot of these programs, so why don't you share some of those with us?
I mean, what do you hope that we can?
Well, I hope to continue with the companies that we're working with now. I mean, we work a lot with Special Olympics, both Illinois and international. We work with ComEd out of Chicago, and we work with United Airlines. So we definitely hope to, we definitely plan on continuing with all of those. We have a couple other companies we're working on, and that are very interested in doing something, but we don't have the final commitments yet, so I can't say exactly who, but we will have more companies.
We can't say.
And then we always have, Daniel always has other people with disabilities that he likes to talk about. And then when Daniel travels, he meets a lot of the people that he's known. He's been a Special Olympic athlete for how many, 30 years now?
20 years,
25 years, I think. But either way, so he knows a lot of people, and there's always...
I mean, how old do you think I am?
Well,
I'm kidding.
What are you, 40? Oh, close to it. Anyway.
I'm not 40 yet.
Anyway, the point is that there's always people with disabilities, a lot of them with Special Olympics, that Daniel's known throughout his life, and so we're always people always asking, "Can I come on your show?" And then a lot of times if we see an athlete do something special, we call them up and say, "Hey, can you come on our show? Tell us about what you just did."
Yeah, and and there's also speaking engagements and
there's speaking engagements,
which I don't. Hopefully we can come out to some conferences.
Daniel goes out and gives speeches on the disability community, and he does a great job because people keep calling him back, and so those are always we have to slide those in when asked to do that. So that keeps it. That's amazing how busy that keeps us. And sometimes when he's traveling, we can't record a show, but Daniel records them.
We try to pre-record.
Yeah, we record them and then broadcast them on the week that we schedule it to be broadcast. My point is that we will have something going on every week out of the whole year. We did in 2025, and we will in 2026.
We hope to.
We will. We've done this for 17 years.
I mean, when we started, it wasn't weekly.
It wasn't weekly. It was just we grew to it.
It was just a hobby back then.
Well, it was a hobby when you started.
And it's definitely.
Yeah, when you were in college, it was a hobby more than anything else. But that's where we are, and that's where we really need your support. Nothing's going to stop us. And like I said, the money that we raise will allow us to do everything we just talked about.
Yeah.
Kind of same. If not, then we just have to fund it ourselves. But nothing's going to stop us because our message is so important. A lot of people come on and tell us how that message was important in their personal lives or in something that they're doing. And that's very moving, and we're going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
So I think the main part of the specific is we truly want to say thank you for listening to all our shows.
Yeah, and we'll continue to make this the inclusive media that we produce to really empower and to inspire change, because we of course want all of you all of you out there to continue to listen and to watch our programs, but even more than that, to have a call to action to bring inclusion into your communities, that you will be empowered, you will be inspired by the stories that we bring to you, that we will be in that will be it. We will hear some noise in the microphone. Yeah, so we hope that these stories will empower and inspire you to bring inclusion into your communities, because in the day, once those of us with special needs, once our voices are heard, we want all of you listening to not just to consume this content, but to bring inclusion into the workplaces, into the communities, into the schools.
Yeah, and the other part we can't forget, Daniel, is that we actually have a lot of fun doing this.
Yes.
And the main reason is we feel like we make a difference in the lives of people everywhere around the world.
Absolutely.
So we have fun, and sometimes it's hectic. There are some, because we got so much involvement in all the different things that we do. There are times where on Monday morning, Daniel usually does a lot of the record, or Monday. And I'll come in and I said, well, Daniel, let's go have a cup of coffee and review. Somebody says, well, he has a interview or a show that he's doing back to back all day. Yeah, he starts at 9 o'clock in the morning and says, well, I got another show at 5. And
well, that's because sometimes
that's what I mean. Sometimes
not every week, but that's because sometimes we try to batch record.
Well, absolutely. But my point is that it can get quite hectic over here and busy. And we have a lot of fun doing that.
We do.
We get tired. Don't get me wrong. We'll get tired, but we also have a lot of fun because we are making a difference.
Yeah.
And your support helps us do that.
It's because our mission is so powerful, and we want to continue to offer and bring you these stories that are really making a difference in not only the lives of the guests that we bring on, but the lives of listeners. I hear all the time from listeners that might not have a connection within our disability community, but once they hear these stories, they're able to learn something new about somebody. They're able to learn a little bit more about what inclusion means, what substance means, and why these values are so important.
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually get donors of that we know personally, and they contribute whatever they can, and they have no connection in the disability community. They know us, and they feel like, wow, they really are helping people, so they want to help.
Yeah.
So let's close this off. And I think we have two main messages here.
Well, first, I think the first that I think that we would like to share is our gratitude and a big thank you of how we're grateful for all of you listening. Some of you might not listen every week. You might listen, an episode here and there, but it's
or anytime throughout the year.
Yeah, or anytime. I mean, but it's because of all of you listening that we're able to continue to offer these programs to
Yeah,
you.
and just like Daniel said, I want to continue on that by just saying thank you for your support and being part of our community. And the last part is you can, the call of action that we have after the thank you is log on to specialchronicles.com/give
Oh,
and give what you can.
Yeah.
Whether it's $1, whether it's whatever you can, every dollar helps.
$1, $10,
Whatever.
any amount. Any amount. Like every dollar.
When you log on, you'll have all the options there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
whatever you can help us.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
You'll see once you go to specialchronicles.com/give and you see the given levels. It doesn't matter how little or how much. Every dollar counts.
Absolutely.
Any amount that you can support makes a difference, and it goes directly to support all.
Yeah, it allows us to do what we've done, and allows us to grow.
Yes,
and so in advance, thank you for your support.
Yeah, thank you so much for those of you who have already supported, and those of you that will support after you listen to this episode. So yeah, I think there's some links to some videos and messages right on there. Okay, well I see that. So put the microphone down. Is that all that we have? Is that all? Is it?
Yeah. Thank you one more time.
Thank
you. If you have any questions, just call us. Or if you want to be on a show, call us.
There's a phone number that people can call?
Well, you can log on. I mean, you can.
Specialchronicles.com/contact.
Yeah, there's ways. You can drop us an email, call.
Well,
Daniel,
I mean, we don't put our phone number online, but yeah, specialchronicles.com/contact if you want to drop us a message and get in touch. And so thank you all so much for listening. Your support will keep Special Chronicles thriving, and we will continue to give a voice to those of us with the special needs. Special Chronicles needs your support our 2026 giving campaign now and keep the voices strong. As we said, you can give today at specialchronicles.com/give. Don't forget to follow the podcast and leave us a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Until how do we wrap up the episode? Yeah, we'll catch you all to give them a little sneak peek of what's coming up. No. Stay tuned. We've got some exciting episodes in the beginning. We've got some exciting episodes in the beginning of December that you do not want to miss. So don't forget about those episodes. And until then, we'll catch you all on the next episode on specialchronicles.com. Wait, I need to. Can you tab over on the? He's walking out of the studio. Well, I think on that note, since my dad there just walked out of the studio, as we wrap up, we will define the outro. We'll cut you all next week. Until then, take care. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Special Chronicles Podcast. Our podcast was produced by Daniel Smikowski on the Special Chronicles Network. Follow Special Chronicles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Subscribe, rate, and review Special Chronicles on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. our website, specialchronicles.com, where you can stream our archives of over 500 episodes for absolutely for free. Also, there's a list of our favorites, original series, award-winning columns, and blogs. And sign up for our newsletter to receive exclusive bonus content delivered to your inbox. Again, specialchronicles.com. Special Chronicles is hosted by Podbean Podcast Hosting. Our live streams are powered by StreamYard. Thanks, as always, to our business manager, Adam Smukowski, who always encourages us to never give up. I'm Daniel Smukowski, back next week with more stories.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.